So this is a video where I wanted to show you how I mount and dismount the ATC unit of the spindle. There's a locking mechanism here on the ATC, so once you turn it, this pin goes in and locks the ATC unit, but you can't get to the spindle of the motor because the ATC is blocking it. One thing is that you could try to put in a screwdriver and block the ventilation, but like I said, don't do that because this one is plastics, and if one of the vanes break off, you will have an imbalance of this one. It runs 30,000 RPMs at max, so you will definitely feel the vibrations. So what I would say, dismount the motor. It's fairly simple. I'll show you that now. First of all, disconnect the power. I already did that because I've did some other tests on this one. Disconnect the mains power, unplug it simply from the socket. On this Suhner particular one, there are 3 screws here at the electronics and 4 screws down here at the main bearing end. So just remove those. I already cheated and took some of them out. This is a standard PZ2 screwdriver. So here we have the 3 screws up here. So what we see at this end is the brushes and the holders for the brushes. We have the electronics, the main switch, and the bearing at this end. So what we do here is we can see the brushes has a small spring to it and a connection, a wire connection, and then the brush in here. So simply just pull the brush back like this. So now it's disengaged from this, and the spring simply holds the brush into place here. And at the other end also, just slightly pull it back and let it be like that. Because once we remove the rotor inside here, the brush is engaged to this copper part down here, and all this has to come this way out. So I'll remove this end. On this Suhner motor there are 4 screws. Like I said, I cheated and took 2 of them out. And luckily you can do this with the ATC on also, so you can dismount and mount it this way. So now we simply just take the rotor out like that. So now it's dismantled. This was the plastic ventilation unit that you wanted to put the screwdriver in, and you can easily break these ventilations. They are, I don't know, 1 millimeter, 1.5 millimeters thick, so if you really put some force into it, you can break it. So now you have the rotor, you have a good grip on this one, and you can lock this one. So now it's simply a matter of unscrewing it or tighten it as you want to. I don't want to remove it on this one. So tighten it and tighten this clamp here, and then it's mounted. If you need to dismount it, obviously you need to loosen this one. Unscrew the blue, what do you call this one? The blue threaded nut away from the ATC unit, and it will unclamp this end. Unscrew this one and it comes loose. Simple as that. Mounting is the same but in reverse. Simply this one up here is a guide bearing. It goes up at the end up here, so you need to fix that or just make sure that it goes in. It's really easy. You don't have to use much force. Now it's there, and then just put in the screws in reverse. Make sure you cross tighten all the screws all the time, so you're sure that the alignment is correct. There's no unnecessary force on the bearings or the housing or plastics and whatever. So now these two are in. You can take the other two. So now we can push the brushes back into place. Once they go past the spring, they will simply snap in like that. And this one, and that's it. We can mount the cover for the electronics again. We need to have this dial up, so it's really snap. There are some connection pieces here that goes into the other connection pieces down here, so you can't really make it wrong. There's also a small clip at this end. We need to make sure that gets in like that. Put in the screws again on the electronics end, and you're done. It's rather fast once you know what to do. Pay attention to the brushes. You need to take them out. You can, if you forget and you take the rotation element out, that's not a problem. But once you want to put it in again, the brushes are in a fully engaged position. So if you try to push this one in, you can break the brushes, and you need to buy new brushes for that. Those are replaceable, and you get them as spare parts. But remove the brushes, electronics end first, then the other end, then you're good to go. Enjoy, hope you liked it. Subscribe, join, make a comment if you have any questions to this. Thanks for watching.